What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight... Alright, we're going back to Nightwish. Yes, indeed. Nightwish fans feeling you. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbidi bop, do me a favor, before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Liz Frelick, and Liz wanted to see me react to this song by Nightwish called Scaretale. Now, have I heard the song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a minute, hold it. Yeah, I've heard this song before. I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This was posted by Ms. Namara, okay, all one word, and the video has 50,000 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. A link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Nightwish, Scaretale, Full HD, live at Kiev, MVC, not sure what that is. 17th, March 17th, 2012. Cool. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
This is the beginning of the show. If you're going to film, number one, shame on you. You should be putting your... Guys, listen, it's a double-edged sword. I know if people don't film, but you won't have videos like this on YouTube. I understand that. Having said that, though, if you're filming the show, you're so busy concentrating on filming and keeping everything in frame and zooming in and making sure everything's focused and everything else, you're really not going to enjoy yourself. You're going to have to look back at this video to get any sense of enjoyment rather than putting your phone down and just enjoying the moment. That's just how I feel. I don't like it when people film. I don't. But it's your life, it's your choice. But here's the thing, and this is what I'm getting at. If you're gonna film, don't sing. Don't sing, because the mic is gonna pick up your voice over everything else. Okay? So if you're gonna film, fine, film. But keep your mouth shut while you do it. Please. God. Anyway. Starting off with pyros, love that. That's not Floor. That is absolutely not Floor's vocals. Okay, who was before Floor? It was Annette, right? Annette, there's been 3 vocalists. It was Tarja, Annette, and then Floor. I think this is my first time. If this is Annette, this is my first time hearing her. Oh, boy. Wow. Okay, maybe. Let me reset myself. Let me reset myself. Look at the boss headbang. Nice. Okay. I have a choice to make right now. I have a big decision to make right now. Do I go in that direction? Do I walk out onto that ledge, or should I leave it alone? I don't know. Okay. Here's the thing. If I go on that ledge, I'm not gonna hold back. I'm not. I ain't gonna be nice about it. I'm just not. I don't see how I could. So maybe it's just better if I leave that one alone. No, I'm gonna leave it alone for now. Maybe I'll change my mind later. But right now I'm gonna leave it alone. Let's just focus on the song. I like the riff. I like the main riff. Bow, ba, da, 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 da. I like that. I like the 1 5 flat 5 3 3 minor 3 to the major 3 to the. I like that. That sounds good. It's very appealing. It's very catchy. I like it. Everybody sounds good. Music on their instruments. Everybody sounds like they're playing everything right. I'm not hearing anything that sticks out like a sore thumb. It's fun to see Tomas headbanging back there. Really cool to see that. This is 2012, so Yuka would be on the drums. Marco's on bass. I already saw Marco with his buzzard. That's gonna be my next acquisition, I think. I need to get my hands on one of those. I got my vampire. I got it right here, actually. Yeah, I got that. Love this. It sounds really good too. I'm really happy that I got my hands on this. But now I need to get a buzzard. Be careful, guys. You start playing guitar, you start playing bass, it turns into a collection if you're not careful. I'm liking the direction of the song. I'm liking the energy. I'm liking the drive. I'm liking the feel of the song. And that is all I'm going to say for right now. Let's keep going. wondered, since Tomas is going to have these pipes, are there ever going to be anything there than just aesthetics? Are they ever going to utilize them? Are these pipes ever going to be functional? And it's nice to see them using it. I think it was this one here, and another one over here somewhere. We saw pyro coming out of them. See, I appreciate that. I'm glad to see it. It's better than just having them there just for looks. It's now a functional part of the show. I appreciate that. Absolutely. I love it when people in the comments, and I was reading some of the comments when I did my reaction to, I think it was Ghost Love Score. I saw people in the comments, because I made the comment that, you know, these are nice facade pieces. They're well constructed. Obviously, they're not functional, but they look good. I mean, they look good for stage aesthetics. And people in the comments lost their minds on me. They were like, those are working pipes. And I'm like, no, they're not. You have got to be kidding me. He's got a digital keyboard back there running cables to the sound system, you know, to the FOH. I'm sorry, but no, these are not functional at all. They are purely there for looks, to add to the aesthetics of the stage show. And man, people lost their minds. They absolutely lost their minds on me. But I'm glad to see it's more than just looks now. I'm glad to see they got pyro coming out of some of those pipes. That's good. That's great. They're not just there for looks and show anymore. Now they're well, still for show, but a functional part of the show. I like it. I think that's great. I'm glad to see they utilize that. I wish he would bring these back and use them all the time and have it for that. You know, absolutely. It's a great usage of scenery. I think it's fantastic. Anyway, let's keep going. I guess this is Sing Along with Marco. Or Pyro. Switching gears again. Good Lord. First song and they're putting this much production into it. That's fantastic. Nice. That's how you start a show. That is absolutely how you start a show. That is absolutely how you start a show. Fantastic start. Oh, do I open the can of worms? I don't know. I think I'll be doing myself a favor if I don't. Just leave it alone. I'm gonna wrestle with this one. I know it. But okay, I'll do this. How about this? I'll think about it. I'll think about it while I'm getting my thoughts together. I will play around with the idea of maybe walking out on that ledge walking in front of that firing squad. I'll think about it. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review, and oh, Nelly, we are going to talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Nightwish with a live performance of Scaretale. This was a request from Liz Frelick. Okay, I got a score here, and I have my reasons. I promise you, I have my reasons for giving this score, and I really hope everybody listens to everything I have to say before they decide to jump on me, because I promise, if you listen to everything I have to say, it's going to make a lot more sense. And you might even find yourself either at least seeing and understanding where I'm coming from, and you may even possibly find yourself agreeing with me. I mean, it's very possible. Let's start off with the score first. On a scale of 1 to 10, I am going to give that an 8.2. Yep, 8.2. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first. An 8.2, what does that mean? Well, an 8.2 would translate to a great scale rating. So I think this overall, I think this was a great presentation. It would give 4 to 5 stars, and it would get an A- letter grade. So there you go, an 8.2, great scale rating, 4 to 5 stars, and an A- letter grade. Now, how did I come up with that score? So glad you asked. Okay. This song is interesting. It's very interesting. It's not a complex song. The song on its own actually it's not a difficult song at all. From a chordal progression standpoint, from a melodic line standpoint, it's pretty easy to follow along with. I've heard other songs from Nightwish that are far more complicated than this song is. But there's definitely a certain appeal. There is absolutely a certain appeal to this song. And in that comes from, number one, its relatability and its memorability. You could hear the crowd. I mean, the crowd was clearly into the song, and the crowd clearly knew it because they were constantly singing along in various places. Even before the song started, the crowd was singing. And that's always a good sign that the crowd knows the song. And the simpler you can make the song, the easier it is for the crowd to sing along with it and to interact with it, to be able to remember it and recite it back. So there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying it's not going to be super impressive from a songwriting standpoint. But most hit songs are not all that complex for a reason. When you write a song that is overly complex, it's going to be very appealing to a certain demographic. You know, absolutely. If you write a song that is very complex, you're going to have those guys who love prog music. You're going to have those guys who are musicians. You're going to have those guys who enjoy complex, multi-directional songwriting. And there's nothing wrong with that, but if you're talking about writing a hit song, a song that's going to get radio play, a song that's going to be, you know, recited back to you word for word wherever you go and play, maybe not. More than likely not. You know, it's very much a give and take there. So personally, okay, granted, you're not going to get like an A+ with a song like this, but at the same time, you're going to make a lot of money doing it. You know what I mean? So I got no issue with the song as a whole. The songwriting, it sounded really good. The chordal progression made perfect sense. Melodic lines made sense, and everything sounded really nice, really well blended. Even when they switch gears into that I don't know, I wouldn't say polka, but what would you call that? Almost like not quite country either, like a folk feel, I guess, maybe. In the middle of the song where Marco took over on the vocals, talking to the crowd, even that transition felt nice. It felt good. I didn't expect it. Okay, I will say that. It was unexpected. I could never have guessed in a million years that that's where we were going to go. But once we went there, and once we started going in that direction, I was like, that's actually really good. I like it. I like it. It feels good. Okay, let's roll with it. As long as we come back, as long as we come back into the main groove of the song, I'm okay with it. And we did. You know, we were there for a while. We were there for like a minute and a half, and then we transitioned back into the main groove of the song. Fine, no problem. No issue with that whatsoever. I can appreciate that. It adds depth. It adds character to the song, and most importantly than anything else, keeps the song from becoming redundant. I like it. I like that part for sure. As far as the musicianship goes, everybody across the board from a musicianship standpoint sounded really good, instrumentally. Tomas, really nice job back there. Filling out the sound, lots of different voices I heard from him, coming from him. Or they might have been track, I don't know, but I have a feeling it was him. You could hear Marco clear as day on the bass on this. I loved it. I loved hearing his sound. I love his tone, his bass tone. He's good. He really understands how to EQ his bass and get just the right amount of overdrive. I can't even really call it distortion. It's just a tiny little bit of overdrive to give it that artificial string rattle. I really like that. I love his tone. You got Empu on the guitar, really keeping a great job keeping that chunking going, reinforcing what Yuka was doing back there on the drums. Love Empu's guitar tone as well. Got a nice, thick, crunchy tone without being muddy. I've always appreciated that about him. Always good to see Yuka back there on the drums. I love seeing him drumming. He understands that, you know, he's got that relaxed look about him. It doesn't matter how fast he's going. It doesn't matter what tempo we're at or how intense he's playing. His shoulders are always down, and he always just looks so relaxed as he's doing it. Really kind of reminds me of Danny Carey or Neil Peart. He really understands that it's important to stay relaxed. I love watching these drummers who get their shoulders up to their ears. And it's just like, dude, you would play so much faster probably if you would just relax. And just some drummers just don't get it. The song, I enjoyed the song, but here's my worry about the song, and this is really, when it comes to the song itself, this is my only complaint. It's very limited in its capacity for usage. If you take this song and you put it in a set list, it has to be the opener. You could not put this song mid-set list. You cannot put this song at the end. You cannot use this song for an encore. You can't even use this as like the second or third song. This has to be your first song. The way it's constructed, the way it's being executed, the parts that are delegated within the song all lend itself to intro. Plain and simple. Try to imagine this song being used mid-concert. You know, they just got done doing Nemo, or they just got doing Everdream, and they're gonna play this. Nope. Take out Romanticide. Put this song in the set list. Nope. No chance. It ain't gonna work. It's just not gonna work. It's not gonna make sense. It's a nice song. It's a well-written song. It's a well-constructed song, but it's very one-dimensional as far as placement in a set list, if you're even gonna put it in a set list. I mean, I'll be honest with you, it sounds like the crowd really appreciated it. It sounds like the song was well received, but I mean, I'm trying to imagine this song going into a set list today with Nightwish. I don't see it. Maybe I'm wrong, but if you're gonna utilize it, it's gotta be the first song. Anything else is just not gonna make sense. The last thing, I debated over this for some time. Am I gonna open up this can of worms? Am I gonna go out there on that ledge? Am I gonna stand in front of the squad, in front of the firing squad and see if they pull the trigger? Common sense says no. Common sense, I should not. Common sense says I should just let this dog lie, let it sleep. Don't wake the lions. Don't poke the bear with a stick. You know, I should not do this. And I know I'm gonna make a mistake by doing it, but I'm gonna do it because I know this is what Nightwish fans that are watching the channel, I know this is, they want to hear my thoughts on this. So here we go. I'm gonna open up that can of worms. Here we take off the lid. Oh boy, Okay, this is, if I'm not mistaken, my first experience with Annette. I don't like it. I don't like her. I'm sorry. I don't. Her tone of voice, her over enunciation, just grated me. Oh my God. And I know there are going to be diehard Nightwish fans that love her, and they're going to come after me right now. And you guys, you're more than welcome to, but just please do it respectfully. Don't be calling me names and stuff like that, because I'll block you. Her vocal style. Here's the thing: did she sing in pitch? Most of the time, yes, but there were a lot of times, and she's doing it for effect. I get it, where she would way swoop over a note. And then she would calm down. You know what she reminds me of? For those of you that watch canon films from the late 80s, early to mid 90s, you'll know who I'm talking about when I say the name David Gale. You know who I'm talking about, right? So you'll watch these really horrible movies where the acting is just awful. I mean, these people couldn't act their way out of a paper bag. And then there's David Gale, who you talk about a guy who overacts. You talk about a guy who absolutely, envelops himself in his role. He doesn't play the part. He is the part. And I'm going to use a great example. The movie The Guyver. Now, this is just one example. There are lots of examples you can use. But I'm going to just use this one example because I think this is one of the best examples. You look at the movie The Guyver. Nobody in that movie could act. Even Mark Hamill. Even Mark Hamill, that was not his best acting. It really wasn't. It was some of the most glaringly obvious underacted or undertrained actors you've ever seen as far as delivery goes. It was just so bland. Except David Gale. Oh man, he was. One of the reasons I watched the movie, The Guyver, is to watch David Gale just absolutely just bury everybody else in acting ability, or at least in effort. There it is. Over effort. Way too much effort. He's trying way too hard. And that's one of the reasons why I love watching that movie. It's actually the reason. The rest of the movie is absolute garbage. But I just love watching that movie for David Gale, to watch him just really overreaches. The movie doesn't deserve him. Okay, let's just put it like that. The movie really doesn't deserve him. He is just far too good for that movie. The same thing here I feel with Annette's vocal delivery. It felt way overstretched, way overdone, over enunciating every single little syllable. I didn't feel it, man. To be honest with you, if I'm being 100% honest with you folks, it felt forced. It felt fake. It felt like it didn't belong. And I know a lot of Nightwish fans have the same thought, because I've seen it in the comments. People when they talk about her, and it seems like she was never a good fit. I don't know if she was ever a good fit or not. I don't know. I've only got this one performance to base that assumption on. Maybe there are other performances where she does sound better and she does fit better. But, and I'm not saying this to be mean, but I mean, it almost, and I don't believe for 1 second that this was actually the case. I don't think she was really trying to do this. But it almost felt like she was self-sabotaging. It almost felt like she was trying to sabotage the song. And I couldn't help but notice that she disappeared. She came out and she sang for like a minute, and then she disappeared backstage. Another 3 minutes of the song goes by without her. She comes back out for like the last minute, and then that was it. And I'm like, okay, well now maybe that's the way the song's constructed. Maybe it is. Maybe she took a powder. I don't know. Maybe she was having a bad night. Listen, there's a lot of maybes. What ifs? What if she was having a bad night? Maybe. Listen, every vocalist has a bad night. Everybody does. I personally have been in bands where the vocalist comes out and In rehearsal, everything went fine. Everything sounded fine. And then for some reason, we got up there in front of the crowd. I guess maybe the crowd just got him too worked up. And the next thing, and this is a perfect example, he's over there over-enunciating everything, overacting everything. And I remember looking at the guitar player, and the guitar player's looking at me like, what in the hell is going on? I don't know. You know, and then he took a powder. He went backstage, got some water or something. And we ended up turning the song into a little bit of a jam session. And then we all looked at each other, we're like, okay, we're gonna end this. Boom. And then the guitar player gets on the mic. How's everybody doing? I get on the mic. Hope everybody here is having a good time. You know, and then out comes our vocalist, and all of a sudden everything's fine. Everything's fine. It was just like, he just got maybe a little carried away with, you know, the crowd being there and everything like that, because we never practiced in front of a crowd. So it was a big crowd, and he just got overwhelmed. It's very possible. I don't know, but whatever the reasoning is, that happened. He took a powder, he came back, and everything was fine from there on out. That might be the case here. It very well could. You know, maybe she just came out overwhelmed, wasn't 100% braced, wasn't 100% ready, and she took a powder. You know, it's very possible. It's very possible. I don't know. I don't know the circumstances. I don't know enough about her to really make an educated guess as to what's going on with her. All I can base it on is what I saw and what I heard. And what I've seen so far from her, if I'm being honest with you folks, I'm not digging it. I'm really not digging her. Her tone, her over-enunciation, everything I talked about, it's there. It's clearly there. Now, like I said, possible, she just had a bad start. It happens. It happens to the best of us. I can't tell you how many times I've had a bad start with a show, but I'll recoup, I'll recover, and I move on. You know, and maybe that happened here. But as it stands right now with her and me and my opinion of her, since this is my first exposure to her, I'm not digging it. I'm absolutely not digging her right now. I don't feel like she's a good fit. Now, if I see more of her, maybe my opinion will change. It's very possible. It's happened before, but as it stands right now, I'm not a fan. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. Last thing, the show, the actual live show. It's the very first song of the set, and I know that sometimes it takes bands a little while to warm up, you know, as far as getting all the live show stuff happening. You know, moving around stage, interacting with each other, interacting with the crowd. But here's the thing, we didn't have that problem here. We really didn't. Let's go down the list. Let's see if I'm right. I didn't see a problem. Stage presence, check, right from the get-go. As soon as the song kicked in, everybody, the presence felt. Stage energy, check. We had a lot of movement and motion around the stage. I was happy to see that. Interaction, stage interaction, check. I am going to give it the check. We had Empu come over to the stage, side the stage with Marco, so that was nice. And they were interacting with each other a little bit. I'll give it the check mark. Crowd interaction, yeah, definitely check. Both coming from Annette, motioning to the crowd, and from Marco, who actually spoke to the crowd. That was good. It was good to see that. Showmanship, check. I'll give it the check. Annette was, you know, interacting, you know, some arm movement. She looked a little stiff, if I'm being honest. It almost looked like she hadn't warmed up and stretched. I mean, I don't know if that's the case or not, but she did look a little stiff in her delivery. It wasn't very fluid, but she was still doing it though. She was still making the motions, still making everything as big and as broad as she could, so the people in the back can see her. So that's actually showmanship. I'll take it. Production, surprisingly big check. First song out the gate, and they got the pyro going, they got the cryo going. I mean, they were throwing all the stops out there, plus a really nice light rig. The backdrop, I like that backdrop. That's kind of cool looking. With the kind of the shadowed look back there. It looked like a room or something. That was nice. And then the big thing for me was Tomas's facade, the pipes going around. I still love reading the comments of the people when I did my Ghost Love Score reaction. People in the comments, when I made the comment of it's a nice facade, it looks really good, I know they're not functional. Man, people lost their minds. absolutely lost their minds. They were so convinced that those pipes were actually producing sound. And I'm like, you can see the cables clearly, running down. They don't even touch those things. Those things are literally just, they're not styrofoam, they're fiberglass, and they're literally just, mounted and pushed up against the keyboard, to a wooden base. I mean, you can see there's no attachment, right? He's playing an electric keyboard. There's no steam, there's no air being pumped through those things. If those were functional pipes, where are the bellows? That's the big thing. If those are functional pipes, where are the bellows? To have pipes like that powered, you're gonna have bellows that are very clearly seen. Where are they? So, I mean, I love the comments. People were ready to die on that mountain, like, those are real pipes and that's real sound coming out of them, and you don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. But I also made the comment of, wouldn't it be great if those pipes, those facades, wouldn't it be great if they served a function other than just appearance? Wouldn't it be great if they could make those functional? And I'm not sure if I said something, I don't know if I said pyro, I think I might have said cryo. And would have been great if they had cryo coming out of the pipes. And we didn't get cryo, we got pyro instead. That was really cool to see. I'm really glad to see that they utilized them in a functional manner, other than just aesthetics. So I thought it was really cool to see that being utilized. I wish they would do that more. So I don't know, maybe when they tour again, maybe Thomas will dig those out of the mothballs and slap them back on there, and we'll have pyro and maybe even cryo come out of the pipes. I think that'd be great. That would be awesome to see. But in any case, overall, between the song, the songwriting, the live performance, the production, everything that we saw, this is how I'm coming up with the 8.2. Okay. Like I said, in regards to the song, I think it's a nice song. I really do. I like the direction of the song. Unfortunately, the song is very one-dimensional and it's very specific as far as usage in a live setting. It has to be the opening song. Does it work as an opening song? Oh yes, absolutely. It sounds great as an opening song, but that's all you can use it for. You can't use it for anything else. So yeah, overall, great score of 8.2. I feel good about that score, and that's where we're gonna stay. So let's wrap everything up here in a nice shiny bow, shall we? We got an 8.2, which is a great scale rating, 4 to 5 stars in an A- letter grade. Take your pick, I don't care. Whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's gonna do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.